Shout out, shout out, shout out. It is Sunday night. We don't have to shout it that loud, but we're going to do it anyway. Shout out to you guys being here on the live stream. We got 26 people in the building. I was not expecting this many people on a live stream that I just posted just a few moments ago, but this is a very important videos that we're going to be going through. Are Colombians just basically fed up with gringos, foreigners coming to their countries? And if they are, what is it that they're fed up with? A lot of times we think about that it's the party side or they're tired of us when it comes to gentrification. It may be something completely other than what you think it is when it comes to Colombians as well as Brazilians and others being fed up with gringos coming into their country. So we're going to talk about that. Are foreigners having a great impact on South America, great enough to where they're like, go home, gringos? We're going to talk about that tonight, but before we get started, let's get ready to give a shout out to all of you guys who are here already, such as my man, LJ, the Southern Vegan. Shout out to you being here, kind sir, right out the gate. And my man, Fernando, in the building. Happy Sunday to you as well. I'm glad that you're here. Shout out to my man David Dice in the building, member, as well as my man LJ. Shout out to all you members out there. Also, he says the family and Andrea. Love y'all. Love you too, brother. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. My man Kaon, Kaon is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Them Ohio players. You know how you so guys lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause.
And while you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band, Sexual Chocolate.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Ronan being here.
Sexual Chocolate. They play so fine, don't you agree?
Yes, sir. And also we got my man For Profit Stores in the building. Shout out to you, kind sir, for being here as well. We got Twan here representing, also doing your thing. Like we said, tonight's topic is about, is Colombia and other parts of South America gotten to that point where they're just like, gringos, go home. We don't need your money. We good. We're tired of you. Excuse me. We're tired of you. You just need to go ahead and go home. We're going to hear what Colombians have to say about this. We got the Wi-Fi looking good, so that's great. My man DJ is in the building once again, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, good people? As well as brand new member in the building. My man Chalupe 71 is here. Good evening from South Florida. Them Florida boys, you know how they do. You know how they do. My namesake is in the building, Mr. Thomas of the Thomas family. Shout out to you, Andre. Glad that you made it. And the great one. All hail the great one being here. Buenas noches from Ray from Detroit.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with them Detroit boys. Don't play with them Canadian boys either.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Shout out to Big Pit being in the building. Also, shout out to you, as well as my man Marv, keeping it cool and smooth. You see that man tie up and suited with the stunner shades on. You cannot deny that. We got them Texas boys in the building. What y'all know about them Texas boys? Shout out to you Texas guys that's in the building. And we, speaking of Texas, make sure that, because time is winding down, that you get your tickets for the Black Manosphere Conclave that is going to be held in Houston, the fourth one. This is the fourth one, where you're going to have speakers such as Dennis Sperlin, such as El Guapo, such as myself, such as Richie Mack of Zoom to Thailand is going to be speaking. Obsidian and other guys that are going to be speaking on various topics. But, you know, the person that sews it all together is Theo Woff. Theo's going to be there. He's going to not only be speaking, but he's going to be doing a class for those that want to be a part of what Theo does by teaching guys how to be professionals online as far as IT job careers, and you'd be able to use your passport and live in other countries. Shout out from H-Town in the building once again, them Texas boys. We got 32 people in the building. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure that you like us too. Shout out to Saint Cyr in the building. He said, Buenas noches a todos. He says, Salados de Sade, Florida. All right, them Florida boys at it again. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we do. That's what we do. Shout out to you. And once again, LJ is back in the. We got Ronan once again having a conversation. Let me step out of guys' conversations because I try not to dip. Shout out to you. Let's get ready to get started because, like I said, we don't keep this live stream too long tonight. It's Sunday night. You guys want to relax. The cologne of the night, one of my top 10 favorite colognes. I like this cologne more than I like Creed. Some people have said that if Creed Aventus, I mean more than I like Creed because this is a Creed. I mean, if Creed Aventus had competition, it would be the Green Irish Tweed. The crazy part about Green Irish Tweed is this. This came out in the 90s. This is an old cologne, and yet it's still killing the game, killing the game. So shout out to those of you who have smelled this scent. When you get a chance, you get to a mall or something, or if you already have it, let me know what you think about that Green Irish Tweed compared to that Aventus. I kid you not, man. I love it. I love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's go back. And I was just talking about Theo. Shout out to Theo. Theo says, get those likes up, fellas. Get those likes up because we already know we got 42 people in the building. It's going to be a good one. Like I said, I got a series of videos that one of our fellow YouTubers did in regards to Colombia. And, you know, are they fed up with us, basically? Are Colombians like, you know what? Enough is enough is enough. Do they want us to go ahead and go about our business, go on home, back to Canada, back to the States, wherever it is? But like I said, cologne of the night is the Green Irish Tweed. I probably have 1, 2, 3, probably 10 Creed colognes. So I've got 10 versions of that colognes. One day I'm going to show all my colognes at the same time on my Creeds. But this is my favorite one without a doubt. And you can't hate on that black bottle. That bottle is killing it. All right. He said that Roman says that's in my collection. Elite. Yes, it is. This cologne is definitely for a grown ass man. Not a grown man. This is a grown ass man cologne. It is a suited and booted cologne. It is you can wear it in the wintertime, like a lot of people do. It projects. It is a projection beast. Not too many Creed colognes you can say that about them. It's long lasting, and I'm telling you, it smells like nothing that's in your collection. There is no cologne other than a clone of this that smells like this. There is no other cologne that put scents together the way that this one did. And when they say Green Irish Tweed, they mean it, man. They say it smells like the grass of Ireland. Shout out to my man AJ in the building, heading down to Medellin in 3 weeks for initial recon mission. Gotta have that recon mission. That's how I did it, and that's how I ended up here. And shout out to my man Timothy Bright in the building of the Bright family. Let's get some music going. This is a little too quiet for me. Let's get some music going. Let's go with this one right here. Let's keep it quiet and smooth. Let's hear it. No, I don't like that one. Let's change it. Okay, cool. I like that one. Put it on 11 and keep it right there. There we go. Yeah, that's a compliment beast. Now this, like I said, it came out in the 90s, but it is a compliment beast. It's one of those few Creed colognes that's well worth from these $175 to $350 investment. I could say that. Mr. Anderson the Great is in the building. Shout out to you. He said 10 minutes late. He said, but I'm here. Salute to the chat. Andre and Andrea love crossing borders. Glad to see you guys here. This is a serious topic. This is a really serious topic. Are Colombians at that point, at that breaking point when it comes to us? And if they are, what is it that they're tired of? One of the things that we're doing when it comes to what Colombians may be tired of, we're assuming that we know Well, in these videos we're about to watch, Colombians are going to say if they're tired of foreigners or if they're not tired of foreigners. Is it true that Colombians have been protesting against gringos in Colombia, or is it the message has been somewhat tainted or twisted? We're going to hear that. And if they are tired of it, like I said, what is it that they're tired of? He said, I missed out last night, caught the replay, 3 outros. Say what? Yes, sir. You see, I did that. The 3 outro combo last night. For those that weren't around, you might get a 3 outro combo tonight. Like I said, this live stream is not going to be long. I know it's Sunday night. Let's get started, gentlemen. DJ says, I hope they're not. He said, I like it there. It's kind of, he said, kind of didn't have any problems when I was there last week, man. No problems with us either. No problems for us either, man. Anytime we go to Medellin, we've had a great time. Nobody running up on us, nobody bothering us. Anytime I went to Medellin, I'm not saying anything can never happen to Andre. I'm invincible. I'm just saying that just like in the States, I just watch my back the same way I do it in Colombia. That's the same way I watch my back in the States. Nothing different. Once again, shout out to my man Don, aka the Don JP, in the building. Let's get ready to get started with these videos, kind sirs. The first video is going to tell us, is it true that Colombians are protesting against gringos? It's going to give us proof. Shout out to our brother that put this video together. We're about to get started with this. I forgot to pull it up on the screen. Let's get started. Smooth jazz on a smooth night for you guys. Here we go. Let's get started.
Are protesting the mere sight of foreigners in cafes. Racist Colombians rioting in the streets, telling gringos to go home. Xenophobic Colombians tell gringos to leave their country. These are some of the headlines that have been doing the rounds on Medellin social media, and they're causing foreigners to reconsider their need to travel to Medellin because they're scared of how the locals might treat them. But by the end of this video, you're really going to know the truth about if you should or should not be worried being a foreigner in Medellin. Let's begin with the event that started it all. On March.
Now remember what he said. He said by the end of this video, you're going to know if it's true. Are people in Medellin protesting foreigners, Colombia protesting foreigners, or is it, the truth has been stretched? So let's take a look at this.
March 28th of this year, a US citizen was found in Gotham Hotel in the Poblado neighborhood of Medellin with 2 underage girls. And no, it's not one of those cases where they were 17 and maybe they looked older than 18 and he took the chance and he didn't check, poor guy. They were actually 12 and 13, so no excuse for what he did. He originally tried to get into the apartment, but a security guard knocked him back, obviously seeing that the girls were underage. But what he did was he knew exactly when the security guard finished his shift. So later on, very early hours of the morning, he came back when the security guard wasn't there and was able to access the apartment. The only thing that saved these girls was the fact that a neighbor was up at that time and actually saw him entering the apartment, saw that the girls were obviously underage, and they alerted the police. When the police arrived, they caught him in the jacuzzi with the 2 girls. Not only that, but when they searched his apartment, they found some other very disturbing evidence. They found traces of the party drug called Tusi, and they also found, let's call it, male contraception items.
So let's pause. So this guy who was caught this past April in Colombia, he's got 2 underage, at least looking women with him, just extremely underage. He caught by the police in the jacuzzi with the young girls. He's got the condoms, all the freaky toys and whatever it needs to be, and he's got the drug Tusi. For those of you that don't know what Tussie is, it's a drug that's sold mainly in Medellin, Colombia. It's all around, but it's mainly sold in Medellin, Colombia. And usually it's a party drug. It's our version of ecstasy plus cocaine plus this. It's like a mixture, a pot of drugs. You just put it together, and it comes in a pink. It's a pink drug, like a high pink. It's not like a soft pink. It's like a hot pink. You know that color when you see it. And he had this, and so obviously either he'd been taking it or him and the young ladies have been taking that drug. And this was the exact same dude that the Colombian police released, and he ran back to Ohio. And they've been trying to look for him ever since. I heard that he got captured, but I'm hearing that he still was able to get away. So I don't know which one it is, whether he got captured again afterwards by the U.S. states and the state sent him back, because we're hearing that rumor, but we don't know either way. He's not the first one. About 10, 15 years ago, white dude, you white boys gonna have to take an L on this one. White dude comes down to Colombia, messes with two girls. One is 12, one is 13. They gave him 21 years. He's still in the prison right now. They gave him 21 years for messing with underage women. He said, I didn't know. Do you know when they interviewed the young ladies and their families years later? It was like 5 or 6 years later, when these young ladies were like 18 and 17, something like that. Do you know that those young ladies still looked underage, even though they were 17 and 18? So I could imagine how young they look when they were at 12 and 13. And he said, I didn't know. Colombian government didn't go for it, and they gave him 21 years in jail. The reason why I say this, guys, I'm giving some of you guys that like young looking women, I know some brothers that come down here. Let me be real. I know some brothers that come down here, and that's all they mess with is underage. I kid you not. I'm not in that particular city when they mess with them, but I've had back and back banters on WhatsApp and arguments on WhatsApp in the middle of the groups. Now, not our WhatsApp group, not ours, but other WhatsApp groups I've been in. And these dudes will send photos to the WhatsApp groups. You see that these young ladies are underage. And these are brothers that sit up there bragging about messing with little girls in Colombia. So when I sit back and I let you guys know, that's why I say every brother that you're going to meet on your journeys as you travel to other countries come with a warning label. You can't trust everybody. Everybody that smiles in your face, I kid you not, it will amaze you how many times I'll see a gringo and I walk right past them on purpose. It says gringo all over them. USA all over them. I can see it, and I'll keep on walking. I don't know who that person is. That ain't none of my business. Now, some guys will walk like a couple days ago, guy walked up on me and Andre in the grocery store. Hey, Andre, love crossing borders. Just want to say, man, like nice content. He's been coming to Colombia coming to Cali for like, he said 10 years. Older guy, really nice. He went on ahead about his business. I went about my business. But dudes, you shouldn't. Okay. That's a good statement for profit. How many times have we in the States have ever had to check for a woman's ID? How many times in the States have, in the last 10 years of intimacy, have any of you guys had to check a woman's ID for age to make sure she was the appropriate age? I could say most of us could say no in the last 10 years. Am I correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Why is that? Because we don't mess with nobody that even looks like they can be underage. Never. We don't mess with nobody that looks like they're in the vicinity of looking like they're underage. And I know Colombian women and Brazilian women can look young. I'm with you on that, guys. They look very young. But my point is, if they look like they're underage, just treat them like they are and leave them alone. I don't care if she looks like she's 16, but she's 26. Leave her alone. She's not worth the gamble. She's not worth the gamble. Let's get back to the video. Well, let's get to the super chats real quick. Shout out to Will at the real. Them Ohio players in the building. Them Ohio players are in the building, and them truck drivers. Shout out to you, Will. Will say, greetings, Andre, and chat. Chat lives matter. He says 57 people in the room. Wow, I didn't even notice. We got 84 people in the room. 84 people in the room. Push that like button. Support Black male media. Sorry I'm late. He said lots of family calling because they know I will be leaving the community soon. Countdown. It was such a good time to be with Victory. I don't know if Victory is going to pop up tonight, but Victory went to church with Andrea and I today, had a great time. Then we went to a Peruvian restaurant and had some Peruvian food straight from Peru. Bruh, the recipes, the food was great. It was just, we just love when you guys come down and we get a chance to introduce you guys to our day-to-day life that's off camera. We love that. So any of you guys that's into the church and you want to come down and say, okay, let me see what a church in Colombia is like, you can always go with us. We have no problem with that. Or if you want to go out to dinner, we have no problem with that. Things like that, we have no problem with introducing you and make you feel at home in the country, because a lot of you guys are like me. You're thinking about making the country your new home, or at least part-time. So shout out to you. Shout out to my man Willa Thrill, also showing love to the group. And he's actually sponsored someone. He sponsored my man Al Henley was gifted a membership by Willa Thrill. Welcome to the family, Al. Welcome to the family, brother. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you brothers being here. Let's get back to the video. And remember, this particular video is going to tell the truth about our Colombians done with gringos. They want us to leave, or has it been kind of skewed? So let's hear what he has to say on this video.
Starts with C. I'm sure you know what it is. Underage, and they alerted the police. When the police are on very early out chance and he didn't check,
It's messing with the young
they were
ladies.
actually 12 and 13, so no excuse for what he did. He originally tried to get into the apartment, but a security guard knocked him back, obviously seeing that the girls were underage. But what he did was he knew exactly when the security guard finished his shift. So later on, very early hours of the morning, he came back when the security guard wasn't there and was able to access the apartment. The only thing that saved these girls was the fact that a neighbor was up at that time and actually saw him entering the apartment, saw that the girls were obviously underage, and they alerted the police. When the police arrived, they caught him in the jacuzzi with the two girls. Not only that, but when they searched his apartment, they found some other very disturbing evidence. They found traces of the party drug called Tusi, and they also found, let's call it, male contraception items. It starts with C. I'm sure you know what it is. They found 5 of those used in the apartment. So this guy was detained by police. They actually had him in custody. They held him for 12 hours, but ultimately they decided to release him, citing a lack of evidence. Think about what I just told you, where he was caught and what else was found in his surroundings. They called that a lack of evidence, so they just let him go. And as soon as he left, what do you think he did? Boom, straight to the airport on the first plane to Florida out of Colombia. The last I heard about this situation, the Colombian government was in talks with the US government to extradite this guy back to Colombia to face charges. But as far as I know, at the point of recording this video, he's still roaming free somewhere. After this event, I'm sure you can understand that the locals were up in arms and extremely disappointed at the way that it had been handled by the government and the police especially. Due to all this backlash, in addition to the fact that this was not the first of this type of case, there had been actually a lot of foreigners caught with underage girls in Medellin, especially in the last few months. The mayor, Fico Gutierrez, he brought in a new rule, or a decree as he called it, and he said that all prostitution is now illegal in public spaces. So the most tourist areas, Parqueyeras, Provenza, Parque Poblado, non-prostitution zones. But the biggest rule that they brought in, which affected a lot of people, was the fact that the bars and clubs in this area also were now required to shut at 1 a.m. And for anyone who's ever been to a bar or club, 1 a.m. is very early. Most people are just getting into the swing of things at that time. So you can imagine how much money the local business owners in that area might have lost because of this new rule. So despite the fact that in general, most of the city and most Colombians were very happy with the fact that FICO was actually taking a stand against this type of behavior, against sex tourism, against exploitation of minors, there was a certain section of people who were very upset with this ruling. And you can imagine who it is, the business owners in these areas. So a few days later, these business owners took to the streets of Medellin to protest this ruling and to let the government know how much they had in fact been impacted negatively. And this is where the first reports of the gringo hate began. Colombians are protesting the mere presence of foreigners in Medellin cafes. Frightening, said one article. Everyone was up in arms about this, talking about Colombians are racist, they don't want gringos. But what actually happened? Well, let me show.
Before he goes into that, I remember just a few weeks ago, you had our friend who's been on this channel a few times. You had Paola, and Paola went on Austin Holloman's trying to clear everything up. She was on this channel as well as several other YouTube channels trying to let foreigners know that every Colombia is not against foreigners. They're just against crime, whether it be a Colombian doing the crime or a foreigner doing the crime. They're just against crime. Everybody took what Paola stated, not everybody, but many people took what Paola stated as, well, they must be protesting brothers. Because you know how we are in the States. Let's be real. I want to be honest. We, as Black people in the United States, got a bad problem with calling everything racism. We'll call something that's racist, cool. But let's be real. We as Black people, we call dang near everything racist. Name one area of your life that Black people haven't at one point in time called racist in your life. Work, racist. The gym, racist. Buying clothes, oh, you didn't sell me those tennis shoes that I wanted. He's a racist. She didn't sell me that shirt that I want to purchase. They're racist. They're following me around the store. Racist. They didn't sell me the beef, the chicken, or the pork that I wanted. Racist. She don't like me. Racist. She does like me. She just like me for my color. Racist. Everything Black people have in the States have a bad habit. Well, it was programmed into us. No, it was not. Not like we do it now. See, I could see if it was programmed into us and we were still dealing with this, with as much of the plight of racism that we were 50s, 60s, 1800s, so forth and so forth. But we have the knowledge, the insight. We're accomplishing a lot of things. And yes, there are some racial undertones that still plague the United States. But we will take the plagues of the United States and bring them to another country. And then everything that got to do with something is racist. Not everything, but I got a news flash for Black people. It's going to hurt your little feelings. Stop running in the victim Olympics. Not everything is racist. Some things in your life is racist. Some things are just unfair. Have you ever thought about that? As a man, are there not things in life that's unfair that a man has to deal with that women don't have to deal with? Are there certain things in life that's unfair that men have to deal with that children don't have to deal with? What about things that's unfair in life that women have to deal with, Black women have to deal with, but older people don't have to deal with? Some things are just unfair. They don't have anything to do with racism. Racism is not as prevalent in our lives as we sell it to be, people in the United States and UK. It is a portion of your life. It is not the whole umbrella that's holding you back. Sometimes the racism that's happening in your life is not racism. It's just that you're just lazy as hell. Some of y'all didn't accomplish starting that business, not because you didn't get that business loan. It's because you never filled out for that grant to get a business loan. I heard they ain't giving no black men business loans. Did you try? Did you try to apply for one? No. So how the hell do you know? I heard they hold racism. And so we take that mindset to other countries and we try to we sit back and complain about modern women mindset indoctrinating countries. Black people don't want to admit, black people from the United States and UK, you try to go to other countries and indoctrinate other country of black people to believe and walk in your victim Olympics like you do. So you want Afro-Colombians, Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Peruvians, for them to all have the same form of disdain by way of racism that you have. Because we as black people in the United States, if something don't work for us, we always have something to fall back on, that cushy pillow known as racism. I've had a few racist moments in my life, but not as many as y'all sell it. When I had racist moments, I could put my finger on it like, yeah, I could see how I didn't get that loan. Now that was a racial moment. Yeah, I could see how that police officer pulled me over. I saw that was a racial moment. You saw it. Even with the way that the system is ran, you can kind of see, okay, the system is ran for us not to win. I got you. I know that racism exists. But how y'all try to make it seem like we wake up in the morning and you guaranteed to have a racial moment. That's not true. That is not true. And if you are living a life like that, you need to do something about your life, because not every black person, light skin or dark skin, is having a racial moment every day the way that y'all sell it. So it is when you come to Colombia. I'm talking to you guys that are on your way to Colombia for your first time or your second time. I'm giving you a warning. A lot of times I warn guys about don't get drugged or be careful out there or relationships. Here's another warning for you. You ready? Stay away from brothers that cry racism on everything. Don't walk through Colombia with them. Don't go to Brazil with them Negroes. Don't be around them Negroes when they go to DR. Not everything that you're going to experience in DR is racism. Sometimes they got you because you was a gringo. That's why you got gringo priced, not because you black. Sometimes y'all sit back, y'all complain about getting scammed, but then you complain about the same female that's a scammer scamming white dudes. Oh, they love white men. They want white men for the money. Bruh, ain't that the same chick that tried to scam you last trip? They worship white men in these other countries. Bruh, they will scam you just as fast as they scam that white boy or that older white dude. They in Thailand, they out to get all of us. But we'll sit back and sell it as if, yeah, it's racism. The women in Thailand would rather be with a white man. No, let's look at it for what it is. A lot of those women in Thailand would rather scam and get over on a white dude just as fast as she would scam and get over on your black ass. But you don't want to admit that. And sometimes y'all need to acknowledge that women worshiping white dudes and scamming them, you dodged the bullet. If I come to Medellin and I was single, and all the women in Medellin are flocking to the white man, go ahead, flock to him. Because I know mainly those women are trying to scam that white dude for some money, to where I can spend my time with the real sisters and the real ladies in Medellin that don't give a damn about race or color. We got to stop blaming and saying everything is race. They're looking for the black man. Stop that. I've seen too many Medellin videos where y'all crying about racism as if it's the same type of racism that you deal with in the States. And I'm going to say this, most of us don't deal with day-to-day racism. We deal with systematic racism, not day-to-day, wake up in the morning, as soon as you get in your car, police officer pulling you over every day. No, we don't. The system itself is racist, yes, but everyday racism? Come on, man. Stop that. Stop that. I understand you got a dashiki at home. Got you. But come on, bro. Not everything. Let's go back to the video. Let's go back to the video and I pull it back a little bit. It says local Colombians are protesting the mere presence of tourists in Medellin cafes. We're going to see if that's true or not. Shout out to you guys that are here. Let me make sure I got all the cash apps and the super chats. I got everybody. Shout out to Signals in the building. Shout out to you, brother. He says, crap like that gives good men a bad look. You're absolutely correct, brother. Now, remember, this video is right now, he's looking to prove whether it is true or false about Colombians protesting and saying gringos, go home. If it's true, what are they protesting? If it's false, why does this false narrative exist? Will the Thrill says this with the $5. He says, as minority banks tell us exactly what we need or even other programs may just follow directions. Oh, many just don't follow directions. Correct. That's so true. Remember what I mentioned earlier, guys, yesterday. As an ex-college academic college recruiter for 20 years, I mentioned this the day before. The number one reasons why Black children do not get scholarships. The number one reason why Latin students do not get scholarships. They don't apply. Number one. Did you know, I'll never forget this, one young brother. This young brother was a C student coming out of high school. True story. And I've had this happen a few times. So it wasn't just him. Young brother as a C student coming out of high school. He got 75 scholarships. I'll say that again. This young brother, just from a regular round-the-way neighborhood, got 75 scholarships. You want to know how he did it? You ready? Here's the secret. For all you dads, here's the secrets. He applied. Ta-da! He applied. And when nobody else was applying, he was the automatic winner. 75 times. This kid, before he walked out of high school, this kid was sitting on $50,000, $60,000 in scholarship money just because he was the only one that applied. And I've seen that happen over and over and over, to where some of you will sit up there and say, oh, it's racist. That's why Black people don't get scholarships. It's racism. No, statistically in my field, I found out the truth. And the truth is we don't apply for scholarships. And like Will was saying, we don't ask for help and follow the direction of the help. Ask my Uncle Jeffrey. I used to go to churches on my day off on Saturday afternoons and have scholarship parties. I would go from church to church to church in the Black community, teaching Black parents and students how to apply for scholarships. I still got a scholarship that I'm putting together in my mother and grandmother's name. I'm working on that right now. Black people don't apply. But we will run up and down the street with a picket sign and a bullhorn and say that it's racist that white child was able to get into that particular school and Black kids can't afford. Even if they gave $100,000 scholarship to 300,000 Black kids every year, offered it, do you know most of those scholarships would not be used because the parents wouldn't even know how to apply or go where they need to apply and get the information to do it properly. Even if the scholarships were 100,000 to 300,000 graduating Black kids, So let's stop it with saying everything is racism. Sometimes y'all just some lazy mother in life, and that's why your life the way it is. Not because of the white man, because you ain't pull up your bootstraps and you did not roll up your sleeves. And we know people that are like that. It may not be us, but we know people in our community that's like that. Let's fast forward to Medellin. Everything that's happened in Medellin is not because you black. Sometimes it's just because you a gringo. But let's see if that's true. Let's get back to the video.
Foreigners in Medellin cafes. Frightening, said one article. Everyone was up in arms about this, talking about Colombians are racist, they don't want gringos. But what actually happened? Well, let me show you the original viral video. As you can see, the title in this one is Xenophobic Colombians Tell Tourists to Leave Cafe Pergamino. Anyone
Now, remember, let's go back to that title. Yeah, it was Lorella's.
As you can see, the title in this one is
Xenophobic Colombians Tell Tourists to Leave Cafe. That's the title that was used for the video. Let's see what the truth was.
Colombians Tell Tourists to Leave Cafe Pergamino. Anyone that saw that who was a foreigner in Medellin was immediately upset and immediately scared. But what if I told you that the title of the video had absolutely nothing to do with what actually happened that day? La Cia Vacía, which is an independent reporting group in Colombia, did an article on this. It's linked in the description if you want to read it. The merchants passed through the streets and told everyone to close their reporting group in Colombia.
Brought that title real fast.
Did an article on this.
The original title, after somebody put a fake title about Colombians protesting against gringos, somebody did a real article and it says protests in Medellin was not against the presence of gringos in Colombia. Just like you find a lot of YouTubers making fake passport bro videos against us expats, blue book gentlemen, enlightened Western men, and they make these fake videos. Passport bro got caught doing this. You're like, that's not a passport bro. Passport bro was found doing that. Wait a minute, he's not a passport bro either. So it is. Some people, for the views, make these fake titles. Make the fake news. Shout out to Donald Trump for that title, for that term. Making fake news, but somebody had enough sense in the news to make a real article about it that says the protest in Medellin was not, I'll say that again, for all of you who watched all those YouTube videos and thought that it was against us and they don't want black people there and it's racism and all that, that protest ain't have a dang thing to do with us. Was not against the presence of gringos in the city.
It's linked in the description if you want to read it. The merchants passed through the streets and told everyone to close their stores so that they could join in the demonstration. In the video, which I'm about to show you, the protesters shout, "Close them, close them." Several protesters also told El Colombiano, which is a huge newspaper here, that the protest was not against the tourists, but against the establishment for not joining the closing day called by Lleras merchants. So to summarize, the protesters were going through the streets in that area, in Provenza, in Parque Lleras, in all those areas that had been affected by this mayor's new ruling of the shutdown at 1 a.m. They were going to all the shops and saying, close down, we need you to join us on this protest. This next video I'm going to show you.
So before he goes any further, they were not protesting us foreigners. A, they were not protesting yo black. B, they were actually protesting the mayor and the rule in which he created, saying shut down certain restaurants at 1 o'clock at night. So they decided all the restaurants for that afternoon should come together and shut down all at once and protest the mayor of Medellin. not you Negroes. When you sit back, you're going to look in the video, the full video that he's about to show. You would think that they, based off of what other YouTubers have put out there and other content creators with the false narrative, that they were coming against the black guys that were sitting there minding their business, eating, and they were attacking them. But as he's going to explain, Dizzle, clickbait. Shout to you being here, as well as my man Dre and other guys that are here. He said, why they fight so hard against men that want to travel and live better lives. We are in this video, Dre, proving that Colombians are not fighting against you. That's false narrative, false information that's been put out by YouTubers, just like what Dizzle said for clickbait. If I put out the truth, you guys are not going to click on the video. That's what these dudes realize. So let me put out a fake title saying Colombians in Medellin against gringos, and everybody's going to click on that video, right? So now the guy gets 100,000, 200,000 views and gets everybody in the comment section acting crazy and mad and angry with each other. And Colombians are like, that our protests don't have a damn thing to do with y'all. I want to say something. Last year, Colombia broke its record for the most tourists. 7.5 million tourists came to the country. Medellin had 1.4 million tourists itself. Medellin is a huge city. Just like tourists, when I lived in lived in Orlando, tourists don't impact our daily lives in Orlando. When I lived in Tampa, all you Busch Garden tourists and all you guys that like to go to Clearwater Beach, all you tourists that come down, y'all don't impact the daily stuff that we protest about, that we go down to city council buildings about. We don't think about y'all asses. So it is in Colombia. There are protests in Colombia that ain't got nothing to do with us. We may be in the vicinity of where it's happening, but they don't give a damn about us. Just like in Orlando, we don't really give a damn about people going to that mouse. If anything, do you know that, let's put it like this. This is how much in Orlando, I'm comparing Medellin to Orlando. Do you know that we as Floridians get a major discount on theme parks and parking? You know why? Because we don't go. Ask anybody that's living in Florida how many times you done took your ass to Disney in a lifetime. How many times you been to Universal Studios, Busch Garden, Treasure Island? Floridians don't go like that. We might go every blue moon, every once in a while, but we don't go. What's my point? We got everyday life to focus on. That's you tourists that focus on the vacation part of the cities that we're in. So it is with Medellin. You tourists notice the touristy stuff, but you don't notice. You don't know. Absolutely correct, Antoine. We get a Florida residence rate, a major discount on most of the theme parks because we don't go. You would think that Floridians are in Disney World and Universal Studios every week. No, we ain't. No, we ain't. I've been to Universal Studios almost 50 times. You know when I go? Come on, Twan. Dizzle. I go at night when City Walk is open. City Walk turns into a nightclub spot where it's like 8 or 9 nightclubs. So you'll pay to get in, and there's nothing but adults partying all night until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's why I've been to Universal Studios 50 times, because I'm going out there clubbing. But to actually go to Universal, man, no. Floridians don't do theme parks like that. We ain't on roller coasters every other weekend. What's my point? We focus on regular everyday life. So it is with people in Medellin. They took a video of everyday people in Medellin protesting the mayor and tried to use it to say that they were protesting brothers and others and gringos. And at that particular protest, they weren't. Yeah, City Walk is nice. It's kind of funny because when the few times I did go to Universal Studios during the daytime, everybody's leaving out. All hundreds and hundreds of people are leaving out. And then all of a sudden you start seeing people like 6:30, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock walking into Universal Studios with suits on and nice outfits, and the ladies got heels on. And you wondering, what's going on in Universal Studios that all these people are dressed to the T? And then you find out that all the nightclubs open up. So now Universal Studios got a nightlife that you can party. Man, I used to drive, man, those who live in Tampa, 45-minute to hour drive, we would drive to Universal Studios, party all night long, and drive back to Tampa or get us one of those cheap hotels, which are nice in Orlando. Why? Orlando hotels are extremely inexpensive because they want you to be there to spend money on everything else other than a hotel. Shout out to my man Floyd in the building, as well as my man Chad. Floyd says, I bet it was a black feminist and Dr. Umar Johnson spreading these lies. Yeah. So far, we found out that Colombians in Medellin technically are not all protesting like we think. Let's continue on with the video. He's going to give us more proof of this.
You're going to see the crowd outside yelling close up, and saying afuera, afuera, meaning close up and come outside, meaning join us. So you can see in this video that the staff are actually packing up, they're taking all their stuff inside, they're preparing to close up, and that's why it's empty. And back to the original video, let's just check it out again. You can clearly see here that the crowd is yelling afuera, afuera, meaning come outside, come outside. They're telling the workers at the cafe to pack up and come join them on the protest. And you can see immediately that the guy here in the video is actually going up to the patrons of the cafe and telling them we're going to close, you got to get out, in which they reply by getting up and getting out of the cafe. You can rewind and watch the video again if you like, but nowhere in both videos do I hear the word gringo, do I hear the word extranjero, which is foreigner. I hear nothing that indicate that this was anything to do with hate against foreigners. Also, something that you need to think about, what was the reason these people were protesting about again? They were protesting because they were losing money because of early closure. Where do they work?
Correct.
They work in Parquilleras and they work in Provenza, two of the most heavily trafficked tourist areas. Most of the income is coming from foreigners and tourists. Then why would they want tourists to get out of the country? Why would they say gringos go home? This was the first protest that got a lot of attention and had a lot of videos popping up about the gringo hate. Now let's get to the second video. But to understand that, we need to talk about the events that occurred on Women's Day, March 8th. On Women's Day, there was a lot of protests around Medellin and Colombia about the way that the Colombian government and the government of Medellin was treating women. And during these protests, a couple of women decided to graffiti the metro system in Medellin. Within a couple of days, these women's photos were all over the internet for the world to see, and FICO spoke out saying that this type of behavior was unacceptable. Fast forward 3 weeks to the Livingston scandal. They had him in custody with all the evidence there, but they just let him go. And on top of that, there was no immediate penalties or anything said about the Gotham Hotel where all of this occurred. This caused rage across a lot of the feminist groups, saying that, why did you handle the first case and come down with a iron fist, but with the second case, you just let him walk and now you're not doing anything about it? And this is where the second protest begins. I actually received a personal invitation from a friend of mine to attend this protest, which is why I know exactly what it was about. It was to be held in front of the Gotham Hotel to protest the fact that no penalties at all were handed down against this hotel, and also the fact that the government wasn't doing anything to stop the surge of sexual tourism and exploitation of minors. Once again, nothing to do with hate against foreigners. Right now, I'm going to show you a video that was going viral during these protests. It's from an Instagram channel called Cofriada para el Cambio, and it really encapsulates the frustration that the locals are feeling right now in Medellin.
Este trapo que ustedes ven ahí, Fico persiguen feministas y encubre pedófilos, casi que nos es arrebatado por la Subsecretaría de Espacio Público y la policía. Pero cuando llegamos a las discotecas y a los bares, en donde era evidente que había mujeres jóvenes menores de edad, se hacían los de la vista gorda. Y en cambio salían puteros extranjeros de esos lugares y hasta trataban mal a la fuerza pública, la maltrataban. Vaya que uno haga eso como colombiano. ¿Qué es lo que está pasando? Medellín no es un burdel. Las mujeres y los movimientos feministas están protestando, se están uniendo y se están organizando para decir, esto no lo vamos a permitir más.
I want to show that video again to let you guys start it from the beginning.
Video that was going viral during these protests. It's from an Instagram channel called Cofriada para el Cambio, and it really encapsulates the frustration that the locals are feeling right now in Medellin.
Este trapo que ustedes ven ahí, Fico persiguen feministas y encubre pedófilos, casi que nos es arrebatado por la Subsecretaría de Espacio Público y la policía. Pero cuando llegamos a las discotecas y a los bares, en donde era evidente que había mujeres jóvenes menores de edad, se hacían los de la vista gorda. Y en cambio salían puteros extranjeros de esos lugares y hasta trataban mal a la fuerza pública, la maltrataban. Vaya que uno haga eso como colombiano. ¿Qué es lo que está pasando? Medellín no es un burdel. Las mujeres y los movimientos feministas están protestando, se están uniendo y se están organizando para decir, esto no lo vamos a permitir más.
Now, let's look at this. It says, sex tourists, we don't want you here. Does that say guys looking for good women? We do not want you here. Women that want to relocate to Colombia, we do not want you here. Men that are stable, good dudes, we do not want you here. Does it say that? Oh, it doesn't say good men, you can't come? Oh, it doesn't say people that are about their business, we can't come? People that want to be digital nomads, we can't come? Does it say that? No. Who are they talking to? And what sparked it? The fact that they let that dude go after he had been messing with those kids. For remember what I said, 1.4 million tourists in Medellin last year, 3.4 million tourists in Cartagena last year. Not all 3.4, not even a percentage of 3.4 tourists to Medellin are sex tourists. I mean, the 1.4 and the 3.4 to Cartagena are sex tourists. Contrary to what is being sold to us on social media, not all of us that get on a plane, male, female, and families that come to Colombia are sex tourists. But it's been sold to us that every time a black guy or a white guy gets off a plane, he's here for sex tourism. Some of us come down. I like what one brother hit me up on. I know what one brother just put in the comment section. He said, I'm taking my first trip to Medellin on a recon trip. Some of us come down initially to check out the scene in the location, to check out what it looks like. See if it's somewhere that I might want to live. Contrary to what you guys think, there are a lot of families that relocate to Colombia that don't make it to social media. Remember, I just mentioned a guy walked up to me in the grocery store, a brother. He had been living in Cali for 10 years. Dude, probably like 5-10 years older than me, had been living, shout out to you, EMB, been living in Cali for 10 years. If you're part of that I only come to Colombia, I only go to Brazil, and I only do sex tours, yeah, they talking to you. Yeah, they talking to your ass. Yeah. Yeah, if that's all you come to Colombia for, you don't come to Colombia for nothing else. Yeah, they might be talking to you. But as for the majority of the people that come to Colombia, they ain't talking to us. They ain't looking at us. They ain't bothering. Ain't nobody ever walked up on me, ever walked up on Andre. Ain't nobody ever. You know the only time Andre and I had a racist moment? You ready? A Colombian, a white dude, rolled past us on a motorcycle. This was our first year dating, and we were walking down the street holding hands. He said some racial stuff riding by. I didn't know what he was saying. And Andrea says, she told me what it was. It was because we were an interracial couple. Not because I was black, but because we were an interracial couple. That's the only time anybody's ever said something directly to us. And notice he was riding by on a motorcycle, which goes to show you how cowardly he is. And there are tons of interracial couples in Cali, Colombia. It's just that's this like interracial couple capital here in Colombia. You dudes that come to Colombia to enjoy the country and the people and the foods and the ladies in a combination, nobody ever is ever talking to you. Us, we're some good people. But you guys that come off the plane with your tongue hanging out your mouth, raising the prices of pay for play, getting in trouble and getting drugged and all that, yeah, they're talking to you. Yeah, they are. Oh, they're talking directly. It doesn't matter what your race is. They're talking directly to you, sexed tourists. I think one of the misconceptions about Colombia is that people think Colombia have an open arm to sex tourism. I don't know where y'all get that from. I don't know who told y'all that. Yes, is a certain form of prostitution legal in Colombia? Yes, absolutely. But that was before you came. Prostitution was legal for locals before you foreigners start coming here. You think they made it legal. You act as if they made it legal for you, huh? Like they made prostitution in Colombia legal for you to come with your exploits. No, they didn't. Long before you brought your little butt off a plane, they had already made prostitution legal for the local men, not for you. You take advantage of that, cool. But don't think that they changed the rule because we're bringing so much money to Colombia. They made it legal. No. It was already legal long before you start getting your happy tail on somebody's plane years ago. Years ago. So let's continue on with the video. And remember, when they're talking about and they're protesting foreigners, they're not saying gringos, meaning everybody. They're just saying a specific problem causing group, which just so happens to be many of the guys, not all the guys, but many of the guys in the sex tourism. Shout out to my man, Top Gun in the building. Salute, big bro. He say, great topic this evening. I'll see you soon in a few weeks. Countdown. Boy, but y'all brothers, you might as well move down here, man, because you are another one of those brothers that's always here. Shout out to you, man. I look forward to seeing you when you get down. That's my dude right there. Shout out to Ethan in the building. He said, I hated dudes like that. They mess up everything. Everything. Even the sex tourism that's not a problem with that. Remember, it's legal. The problem is when you get yourself drugged and now everybody knows, everybody's all in your business. Or you find yourself putting your hands on one of these. If y'all think that I'm dumb enough to believe that some of you dudes are paying for play and you ain't putting your hands on these women in a way that you shouldn't be, you must think I'm Tom Tucker, that dumb motherfucker. There are some good dudes that come down and They have fun with pay for play, and they don't cause no trouble. And they've been doing it for years. But who these people are protesting is the problematic dudes that come down. And some of y'all might get drugged or robbed, but some of y'all putting y'all hands on these women too. Some of y'all putting y'all hands on these women. You treat some of these women with the domestic violence and treat them like they a rental car. The reason why I'm so cautious about everybody that comes from the States being in my face, because we all know how grimy Americans can be when we're grimy in America. We know it's some white boys in America right now that has decapitated somebody and eaten a skull right now. Let's be real. We know it's some dudes right now that can't wait for the new school year to start in college because they got artillery to do some mass deletions. Can't wait for the new school year to come with some of our kids. It's some sick dudes in the States, males. We just talking about males. I know some sick women, but we just talking about males. And some of these dudes are brothers that's used to putting your hands on a woman in the States all the day long. And now your crazy ass got a passport. And you want us to pretend like we don't know that it's a group of crazy ass brothers, just like it's a group of crazy ass white boys that's getting off them planes too. Not everybody getting off them planes are good and respectful and down-to-earth brothers like most of us. Every once in a while, we got some crazy motherfuckers that's creeping in our ranks in these other countries. Some of y'all know that I might not be able to get away with whooping women's asses in the United States, so I'm going to shoot down to Brazil and whoop a couple women's asses in the name of my passport. And the rest of us supposed to play stupid. And then when they start protesting us, you standing right with us like, well, we all look around like, what happened? What the hell? Why are they protesting us? Because of what your crazy ass did, and we didn't know that you did that. So don't think that's probably one of the number one reasons why I keep a lot of dudes out of my fucking face. Because I know how we are in the States. And the only difference for some dudes is that your crazy ass got a passport. Now you can do your Dexter shit all across the world. Stop me when I'm lying. Crazy motherfucker. I swear I can't stand these crazy motherfuckers. That some of y'all need to just keep your ass in the States. If you crazy, just stay in the States, man. Don't mess it up for the rest of us, man. For real. He said, I hate dudes like that. He said they mess up for everybody. Yes, they do. Shout out to IQS in the building. When you see IQS, you already know that we're talking about Machismo TV.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Shout out to Machismo TV. Make sure you guys watch them. They're a late night channel. They come on from the way he just described it. I mean, I've watched them late at night, so definitely. Let's go back to the video.
So in this video, you can see how upset the locals are at that Medellin has turned into a brothel of sorts. They really want this cleaned up, and they're frustrated that the government is not doing enough about it. But in this video, did you see anything about hate against foreigners? Did you see anyone saying gringos go home? I didn't. Ultimately, for you to understand how you're going to be treated when you get to Medellin, you have to answer the question of what type of tourist are you? As the mayor of Medellin, Fico, recently said in an interview,
El sector turismo es muy importante para Medellín. Anualmente ya están recibiendo 1.400.000 turistas.
Remember I just said 1.4 million? Last year, 2023.
Esto significa generación de empleo y oportunidades. Dos cosas claras. No queremos ese turista que llega acá por sexo y drogas. No queremos ese turista que viene acá al tema de explotación sexual de niños, niñas y adolescentes.
So I hope that's given you a bit of an understanding and put to rest some of these crazy accusations that some other people on YouTube and other social media are putting out. We've got the facts right here. If you want to read more, check out the articles that I've left in the description of this video. Colombians are
All right, we're going to start with that particular video. And he had another video where he actually interviews local Colombians and asks them about certain things when it comes to gringos. So this is just average, everyday males, females, younger, older Colombians in Medellin. And he just asked them certain questions about the foreign presence of tourists and how they feel about it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's pull that video up for you guys as well, so we can check this out.
¿Qué sientes cuando los gringos te preguntan sobre chicas y cocaine?
Como todo, tiene sus cosas buenas y sus cosas malas.
¿Has visto extranjeros haciendo algunas cosas mal? Lately, there's been a lot of signs going up. Gringos go home, gentrifiers go away. Very negative things towards foreigners that are arriving here lately. What's your personal opinion on so many foreigners coming to your city in the last maybe 5 years? ¿Qué te piensas sobre extranjeros? ¿Les gusta o no?
Vienen extranjeros buenos como extranjeros malos. Por ejemplo, como les decía ahora, que en Feria de Flores y en diciembre vienen demasiados extranjeros. Viene el que le preguntó a uno aquí en la esquina que uno es un comerciante de la calle, un ventero ambulante. No falta que le pregunte a uno, hey, ¿dónde consigo chicas cocaine?
Cosas buenas, yo digo que, por ejemplo...
Let's pause for a second. Old dude said, he said, hey, y'all come down for the festival. He said, some good people and some bad people. He said, but the truth of the matter is, he said, usually guys will walk up on me and say, where the ladies at? Nothing wrong with that. He said, but y'all also asking me, where's the cocaine? Y'all also asking this man who's a street vendor, where the ladies at? Ain't no problem with that. Where's the cocaine? Where's the Tusi? The drug that's in Medellin. Where's the Tusi? The pink drug. I pulled a stat up just in case you think I don't know a lot of y'all dope fiends don't come down to Colombia too. And I ain't just talking about weed heads. I'm talking about some of y'all some dope fiends with a passport. I just pulled this up. Check this out. Y'all know I always come with some receipts. 2024 receipt on the United States. I mean on drugs. Right here is it's what countries in 2024 use drugs the most. Who got the most dope fiends in the world? What country? By a mile. It's the 2024 list. Look who's at the top. The United States. We got Canada at number 5, Russia at number 7. Denmark is number 10, but the country with the most dope fiends, that includes weed head and opium and all your other pills, the United States by a mile. Let's scroll down a little further. Right here, once again, the United States. This is how many dope fiends that we got in the United States. Weed heads, dope fiends, morphine, opium. The second group ain't even near the United States when it comes to the amount of dope fiends we got. So when that old man says a lot of Americans, a lot of foreigners are getting off that plane and not just asking me about ladies, I understand that. The ladies, I got you. He said, but the first thing come out the next thing come out y'all mouth a lot of times is, where's the dope? I've been in, dude, you know, dudes have asked me, Dre, do you know what it gets? Dude, I have said this 100 times. I ain't never smoked weed a day in my life. The most I've ever gotten is a weed contact when I was playing spades one time. And they were smoking weed. I ain't never smoked no weed. I don't know what it's like. I'm a drinker. But a lot of dudes get off that plane knowing that they dope fiends with a passport. And then they get strung out on the Tussie. Remember, Tussie is the pink drug. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull up the video for Tussie. For some of you guys that don't know. Let's see if I can find that. Tussie, Medellin drug. Let's see if I can find a video for us. What's that? I'm going to pull this up on the screen for us, fellas. Y'all know I love bringing the receipts. I'm about to pull this up on the screen for us. This is the drug that I'm talking about that's prevalent all over Colombia, but it's definitely prevalent mostly in Medellin. See, fentanyl, caffeine. I've never heard this other one. Clonazepam and others. It's got all type of stuff in there. It's got fentanyl. Think about fentanyl and ecstasy. And a bunch of other drugs that's off in there, probably including cocaine. And dudes are getting off the plane and taking it like crazy. It's dudes that's coming back to Colombia, not because of Colombia and not because of the women anymore. They are brothers that are getting off the plane coming back to Colombia because the only place that they can get their Tussie fix is in Colombia. It's brothers that's so strung out on that drug, they ain't coming for the ladies no more. And they dang sure ain't coming for arepas. They not coming for tilapia fish. They're not coming for coconut rice. They got strung out on Tussie, and now they're coming back and forth on that plane. Ain't that right, white boys? Ain't that right? Ain't that right, some of you brothers out there? You coming back to Colombia, you got your boys thinking that you coming back to Colombia for the ladies. You ain't thought about the ladies. You've been so strung out on that Tussie for the last year or two. No, it's not over. It is not over. And in response to Floyd says, how does someone request a paid consultation with you, Andre? All you have to do, Floyd, is just reach out to me. Let me put this out here real quick. But all you have to do is just shoot me an email. That's all you have to do. Shoot me an email at aspence2011@gmail.com. For those of you I did consultations with over the last few days after this live stream, I'm going to be sending you your consultation information as well as your consultation videos. Because I record all the consultations for you and I send you your video. After you receive your video, and I know that you received it because you inform me, that's when I delete the original, because I never let anybody have a copy or let anybody else see your original consultation video. You're the only person that gets a copy of it. But yeah, just shoot me an email, Floyd. But yeah, dudes still getting, dudes will come to South. Remember, Americans are dope fiends. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that? We just looked at the chart of the #1 country, 2024. Was it any other country? We were leaving countries in the dust. We got over 10 million people in the United States that's dope fiends. And a lot of people are working dope fiends. That means that they can keep a job, they can keep some money, and because on the weekends, they're going to be dope fiends. And now you got dope fiends with a passport. Coming to Colombia, being strung out on Tussie. Trusting Colombians with weed. That's what gets me. You coming to Colombia, let's say you got weed habit. Nothing wrong with that. The only problem I say, you trust Colombians to not lace your weed with cocaine? In Detroit, we say if you lace, you base. You might as well be a basehead. If you lace, you base. If you base, you lace. You come to Colombia and ask somebody where the weed at, and you really believe you're going to trust a whole country full of people that don't know you from a can of paint to not lace your weed one day? Okay, let's continue on with the video. Let me get out of the way. So this drug is called Tussi. Let's stop. He just said that Tussi is considered something I'd never heard before. It's called a poly drug. You know, a couple that's poly, and it's like one dude or one female that got several people. Tussi is considered a poly drug, meaning that it's a drug that's made up of a bunch of other drugs, including, like they just said, caffeine, fentanyl, ecstasy, and all other type of drugs that they mentioned. And y'all getting off the planes and taking that. You telling me that the female that's looking at you that's so pretty, she can convince you and lean over, kiss your lips, and put something in your nose, and now you strung out. She ain't got to scope you. You a dope fiend. You gonna give her everything. Okay, brothers. Okay. So let's go back to the other video regarding the protest. I mean, regarding what the guy was saying with the interviews with the locals. So when the old man said, guys come down, ask me about the ladies, and they asked me about cocaine. Okay.
De que tenga negocios, emprendimientos, este tipo de cosas, le ayuda bastante porque entran monedas extranjeras, muchas como el dólar, pues que tiene como mayor valor, entonces generan mejor economía, pueden vender sus cosas a mejores precios y esto generando pues como buena economía dentro de la ciudad.
Como llega el otro que le dice dónde puedo ir a comer, dónde puedo ir a comprar ropa, dónde queda el centro de la moda, dónde queda el Parque Berrío, dónde queda el Parque de las Gordas, para conocer el turismo aquí, dónde queda el Lleras. Muchos preguntan por el Lleras para ir a pasar una noche buena. Tenemos un mal concepto del Parque Lleras, que es donde pueden conseguir vicio fácil, mujeres fáciles, como hay unos que van al Parque.
Let's go back.
El Parque Lleras, que es donde pueden conseguir vicio fácil.
They want to know where they can go buy drugs and prostitutes. That's what the old man said. A regular, local, everyday Colombian just said that. Guys are getting off the planes, asking the locals, a regular, everyday local guy. Some are saying, where do you go to the mall to go shopping? Hey, where's the tourist area? Where's a place where I can go to a museum? Some are asking him that question, but then some of y'all getting off them planes asking that man, where's Parque Lleras? I need some prostitution. I need some drugs. I need some drugs. And y'all got partners that y'all hang with that get off the planes with y'all that act like he just a regular everyday dude, knowing that he ain't nothing but a damn dope fiend from the States. Some of y'all partners ain't nothing but a bunch of dope fiends from the States. And I bet you no other YouTuber gonna tell you that one. That's another reason why I keep my distance from everybody. If I hang out with you, you better believe you good people. Like most of y'all in this comment section, y'all good people with me. Believe you me, you come to town, I got your back. But not everybody. And that's why when I see an American, oftentimes I just keep walking. I will walk past an American so fast as if I don't even see them. Pop said they're trying to find drugs and prostitutes. That's why they ask about Parque Lleras.
Mujeres fáciles, como hay unos que van al Parque Lleras a conocer, a ver a dónde pasan un rato agradable comiendo, tomándole en un trago.
pero para nosotros como los locales creo que en cierto modo nos afecta bastante porque nosotros tenemos ingresos en pesos colombianos, tenemos salarios, así estemos bien estudiados, bien preparados, que si los comerciantes y la gente empieza a subir los precios para que los extranjeros paguen cosas que ellos están dispuestos y tienen la capacidad de hacerlo, a nosotros nos afecta porque muchas veces nosotros no.
And that's a good point that he just made. I'm going to come back to T-Mac and Kings and Dreams in a second. He said, listen, some of us local Colombians, we went to college, we got our degrees, we only got Colombian currency. We were raised in this country that we love, but we got pesos. So we used to paying pesos prices. But some of us are kind of, not upset, but kind of perturbed a little bit that a foreigner could come down here, just a regular everyday, Canadian or regular everyday European could come down here with his currency and just blow my currency out of the water. So if I want to pay 50 cents for a drink, a soda, y'all raise the price on me because the foreigner comes and y'all make the price $1.50. Now to the foreigner, that's a good deal. But for us Colombians, especially those of us that got our education, he's saying, bruh, you breaking us. We can't afford to come and get the soda from you no more. You too busy trying to get that extra dollar gringo pricing the Americans or the foreigners that you don't realize you gringo pricing your own people. That's what they're saying. That's what he's saying right now. You're gringo pricing your own people. Shout out to man Kings and Dreams. He say, no thing zone over here. I'm with you, Jay. Shout out to Jay Kings and Dreams. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Good man. Good man. He say, love you, big bro. Love you too, Kings and Dreams as well. I really do, brother. Shout out to man T-Mac. T-Mac says this. He said, I'm coming from Afro-Colombian Festival. He said, I'm coming for the Afro-Colombian Festival in August. First trip to Cali. Man, a lot of you guys are coming down for your first trip to Cali, man. You guys are going to love it. And I don't say that flippantly. You guys are going to love it. Shout out to you guys that are coming down for the Afro-Colombian Festival, which will be this August from the 14th through the 19th. Shout out to my man Theo in the building, always showing support. He said, when I go to Colombia and visit you, I want to know where to buy dog food for Chewbacca and stay in safe haven to hide from your salsa dancing crazy people. I don't know about the dog food for Chewbacca. I don't know about that part, but you can't come to Cali, Colombia and hide from anybody when it comes to salsa music, brother. Oh no, you will be dragged on somebody's dance floor. Expect it. Expect it. Especially if she's a young cutie. Cause you have a cute man, you'll be minding your business in Cali, man. And you just be sitting there talking to your boys. All of a sudden, this little short cutie walk up on you. You want to dance? Why, sure. You ain't never danced. Why, sure, I'll dance. So, yeah. My man Reese said, he said, yeah, the stretching of the dollar. Yep. We're not the ones that's making them change the prices. The local vendors and stores are changing the prices, trying to get extra bucks from us. And they're the ones that are causing the impact. Give you a perfect example. Pay for play prices went up, but we know that pay for play prices went up because the dudes were simping. Dudes start simping and the prices went up no matter where you went to in the world. Shout out to my man Will once again. He said, I don't understand. Why go to another country for drugs and prostitution? A lot of times, Will, we don't want to admit in our communities, white communities as well as black communities and others, we got some great, amazing people. But then we got some people that we really don't even want to, want to admit that they even part of the family. And now they got passports. That's the headache. He said the same result like the U.S. in the U.S. Trouble. Certainly Pookie's absolutely correct. Trouble. Stay off the weed. Stephen A. Smith voice. Yeah, for real. He says, that's the Libra energy. Preach, my brother. You caught that? You caught that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Check out Kings and Dreams. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. We got 111 people here. That means that he should have at least a new 50 subscribers on his channel. At least a new 50. Shout out to you guys for subscribing to Kings and Dreams. Well, I appreciate you. He said, when I come there, if God says the same, if you know where to get any Koompa. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm looking for that myself. Write that down. Yeah, I'm looking for that myself. I've been thinking about that myself, actually. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Reese. When I find out, I got your back. And Kings of Dream says, he said, August is going to be crazy. It's going to be a lot of us down here this August. Last year was crazy. So a lot of people came down last year. Shout out to my man Dre again. And yes, sir, here's the consultation information for you guys. And my man T-Mac once again, he said, I'm looking forward to the salsa scene in Cali, bruh. There's a reason why they call Cali, Colombia the capital of salsa music. Not because salsa music started or we have the most performers, famous performers from here, even though, you know, you got Grupo Nietzsche and other groups that are from here. Is because no other city in the world celebrates everybody's form of salsa. Cali, Colombia celebrates New York form of salsa, Cuba's form of salsa, Puerto Rico's form of salsa, DR's, Europe's, as well as our own version. Cali, Colombia, most, I'll give you a tip about Colombian salsa. Most salsa dancing is front to, you know, back and forth. Moving forward, moving back, moving forward, moving back. Cali Colombian salsa is the only salsa. That's how you know it's from Cali. We go side to side. Salsa is side to side. So our feet go to the first steps are always side to side, to where it is in Puerto Rico or New York, it's the front to back movement of salsa. So if you ever want to know what's the difference, Cuban salsa, it goes in a circle. All their movements are to cause you to dance in almost like a subconscious circle. It spins. That's why a lot of times you can watch videos of Cuban dancers and they can switch partners so fast because there's like 5 circles dancing around each other, so they can switch partners like immediately because it's like the Infinity 8. Like if you could just switch. That's how Cuban salsa is. It's almost like you're dancing with your partner in a circular form. But Cali, Colombia is the only one that goes from side. The first steps are basically side to side. That's the difference of salsa. But Cali is the only city that celebrates everybody's salsa performers. Everybody. If you are a salsa performer, you already know you can come to Cali, Colombia forever and you will sell out. We always got performers coming down here. Nothing but salsa singers come down here. Salsa, bachata, and merengue, and ranchero. You know, slow. Their version of the blues. In other words, the ranchero music where you get drinking. Your mama was no good. The ranchero music. That's big down here. He said, but I'm looking forward to the salsa scene in Cali. He said the salsa scene is not as good in Medellin. I could tell you, dude, as soon as a female takes 2 steps, I looked down at her and I was like, where you from? It never fails. I'm from Medellin. I'm from Bogota. I'm from blah, blah, blah. You could tell immediately that this Colombiana is not from Cali. Just 2 steps. As soon as they do 2, you're like, what the hell you doing? Where are you from? I'm from Medellin. Yeah, I can tell you can't dance. Like, you cute though. You cute, but you can't dance. You never lied about that one. You say the salsa scene is not as good in Medellin. Will you have an event around the time of the festival in August. Actually, many of us are going to be meeting up at my man's sports bar all that week after the festival. So I'm going to get the information from my man Rico Ritchie sports bar. My man Doug, he's out of Atlanta, cool brother. He opened up the sports bar for the on the day of the Super Bowl, and we've all been going there ever since, having a great time, great drinks, great food, all type of recipes from your favorite gumbos from the state. He brought a lot of recipes from the state, your favorite gumbos to catfish. Bruh, he be having fish like this big. Like, man, listen, this brother will feed you. So yeah, really, really good restaurant. So that's usually our meetup spot. Really great area of Grenada. And Grenada is the area where there's nothing but bars and clubs and Airbnbs in the Grenada area. So that's what many of it. And then we'll hang out there, get our pregame on. And then like 9, 10, 11 o'clock, that's when we go to the salsa club, get some dancing on. And then we head to the other side of the city, which is over here, right behind us. And I take you to the real clubs that stay open till 6:30 in the morning. So, I kid you not. Man, many times, some of you guys have left out the club. The sun is up. We about to go get some breakfast. Walking in the house like 8:15 in the morning. So yeah. Reese says, you ain't lying. He said, don't even want these horrible people to look like that, to look at me. Yeah. Talking about certain Americans. He said, the fact that they do, he said, I'm so disappointed when people that look like me be degenerates. Yes. Shout out to Amos in the building as well. He said, I love it because I dance them all the styles of salsa. Great, man. That is great. That is great. He say, facts, I'm from PR. Shout out to Puerto Rico, man. Man, Puerto Rico got so much respect when it comes to Cali, Colombia, because you guys create this between, I would say Puerto Rico, as far as number one, as far as the music, the performance, Grand Combo and Hector Lavoe, he's out of New York. I forget his name. He was the Willie Cologne. So you got all those performers of the All Stars that came out of New York, but most of them were Puerto Rican and Cuban born. So shout out to Puerto Rico, man. I kid you not, man. We love Puerto Rican salsa music down here. I mean, everything from my favorite dude, Victor Manuel. That's my dude. That's my dude, Victor Manuel. It's like you got Michael Jackson and Prince when you got Victor Manuel and Mark Anthony. Who is the king? Who is the modern day king of salsa? Is it Mark Anthony? Is it Victor Manuel? I'm down with Victor. I'm down with Victor Manuel. Shout out to him. Kings of Dreams said, he said, subscribe to my channel and I'll see y'all in August. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, Cali is the capital of salsa music, man. All day long, every day, man. They teach it in kindergarten. They teach it in kindergarten. The parents teach it to their kids when they are like 3, 4, 5. You're dancing, you're dancing with your mom. You're dancing with your older sister. You're dancing with your dad. And then when you go to school, they teach it in kindergarten, in first grade, second grade. So by the time these kids, boy, listen. Brothers, listen, I'm telling you, boy, they be doing it big. Let me see if I can find the video. Colombian children dancing salsa. Let's see if I can find one of the videos. On the festival, them kids be out there killing it. Out there killing it, bruh. Oh, man, let me see if I can find a video with the Colombian kids. There was one video that was just so cute. It was all the parents and the kids and everything. The kids were in the first grade, and they were performing, and they were killing it. I can't find the video, but yeah, if you're a kid in Cali, Colombia, you are going to dance salsa. Not everybody does, but a lot of people, most people do. But let's get ready to get back to the video. My man, Kings and Dreams, he said, leave Medi alone. Hey, shout out to Medellin. I like Medellin. I really do. Shout out to Medellin. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. How I learned, a lot of people ask me, how you learn salsa? Andrea's mama and grandmama dance with all her aunties. By the time I got to the salsa club, I knew all the steps. Bachata, and I knew merengue. I knew kumba. I knew all the steps because dancing with Andrea family all the time. T-Mac said, he said, salsa dancing is comfortable for people of any age. He said, I'm 52 and I feel comfortable in any salsa club. That's the other thing I love about salsa. Hip hop has a limit, you know. Most dances in the U.S. have an age limit. Salsa music, you can be 80 on the dance floor. I've seen 80, 70-year-old men, 60-year-old men on the dance floor with the most beautiful 25, 30, 40-year-old women that you ever saw. And it's just the norm. It's like, it's the norm. Yep, he's never lied. Shout out to Uriah in the building, my favorite Bible name. He say, finally, I'm getting off work. He say, salute to Dre and everyone in the chat. Gonna have to watch what I missed later. This is a good one too. He said, but I want to say, he said, I know it was good. I'm gonna have to brush up on my salsa. When you guys come down here to Colombia, there's a club, La Topa. La Topa gives free salsa lessons from 5 to, and La Topa is one of the most famous clubs anyway. I think it's from 5 or from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Free salsa lessons. So it's always packed. And then when you go in, you get your salsa lessons in, and then you just stay in the club, buy your drinks. You don't have to pay to get in because you're already in. And so a lot of people go to La Topa for the free salsa lessons. A lot of times, but most of us, we're going to be at the Afro-Colombian Festival. Then we're going to go to Rico Richie's, and then we're going to go to all the other clubs afterwards. The other thing I like about salsa, you can live on the dance floor. It's nothing, brother. It's nothing to get 15 to 25 different dance partners a night. It's nothing. If you're in one of those moods where you like, I just feel like dancing, that's my song that's coming on, bruh. It's nothing for you to dance with 15 to 25 different women per night. Easy, especially once they see you can dance. Oh, because this is the funny part, because women watch you dance. And this is the funny part, the sisters do. Sisters will see you dancing with the white Colombian chick and be like, oh, so Hank will come over here and ask any of us? So after you done dance with all the white Colombian chicks, all you got to do is just walk over there to the sisters, and now they want to dance with you because they're looking at you like, okay, I know you're going to come over here and dance with us. Yeah. He said, my friend is an instructor in DR and in Dominican Club in New York. No, in a Dominican Club in New York. He said, that's how I learned. Been too long, though. Yeah, man. It'll all come back to you. Yeah, sisters get big mad. You can see it in their face, man. You just be you're dancing, you glance over, and you could tell somebody watching you, and it'd be like 6 or 7 sisters just looking at you. So this what we doing? This what we doing now? Yeah. Let's get back to the video. So on this part that we were just looking at, he was just saying, basically the price, the gringo prices are impacting the locals as well.
Tenemos esa capacidad y eso. Entonces es bueno, sí, entra más economía, entra más plata al país, pero nos afecta también a nosotros porque nosotros no tenemos la capacidad de con qué pagar ese tipo de precios.
¿Has visto extranjeros haciendo algunas cosas malas en tu ciudad o no?
de pronto les gusta mucho la ciudad por la facilidad del consumo de drogas.
Once again,
y por la...
let's stop right. Let's go back. Once again, what did we just see? There are those that like to come here to take drugs. Foreigners are known for two things in Medellin in some cases, not all cases, but in some cases. Coming for pay for play and coming for drugs. Raymond says, you are blaming foreigners for low-life Colombian women and men drugging and robbing them. We never said that. If American, European, Canadians stop coming to Colombia for 2 years, Colombia will still be here. If y'all don't bring y'all ass, if y'all don't never come here, and Colombia was never a tourist country, guess what? Colombia is still gonna be here. Just like if y'all don't come to Orlando, guess what? The city of Orlando gonna still come. They'll still be what it is. They don't need Mickey Mouse to survive. Contrary to what y'all think, Orlando is a thriving city with its own economy that they're happy because of the tourism and the theme parks. But Colombia, let's go back to Orlando. Orlando is still going to find a way to thrive and survive if y'all don't come see that damn mouse anymore. So it is with Colombia. If y'all don't come down here and buy drugs no more and get paid for play, y'all are not hurting their feelings. This city and countries were existing long before tourism came. And guess what? Long after y'all decide that y'all don't want to be here, these cities and these countries will continue to exist. Brazil appreciate what you do for tourism, but Brazil don't need you like that. The number one export of Colombia is oil. When y'all don't need oil, then talk to us. Number 2, coffee. Number 3, flowers. 99% of all flowers that are purchased in the United States are purchased from Colombia. All the flowers y'all see in Walmart, all the flowers that you see in your floral shops, all the flowers that you see when the horse wins the Kentucky Derby and they put that flower horseshoe around his neck, all the flowers that y'all get on for Valentine's Day and for funerals, all of them come from Colombia. All of them. All. That's where Colombia is getting its money from. Oil. And of course, we all know, illegal exports between Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia. Yeah, Colombia is not going to fold. Yeah. Petroleum is the number one. Petroleum and natural gas are the number one and number 2 export. Come on, guys. Think about it. Colombia and Venezuela sits on the world's largest oil reserve. I want to say that again. Colombia and Venezuela sits on the world's largest oil reserve. It's not the Middle East. Come on, guys, let's do our homework. Oh, yeah. Yep. Medellin has a flower festival every year celebrating all the flowers that are sold. You say Bogota grows the best roses. Medellin grows everything else. This is true, brother. That's a good point. This is true. My favorite coffee is Dominican coffee. We love Colombian coffee. Don't get me wrong, but me and Andrea's favorite coffee and the number one coffee country in the world, Dominican country, the Dominican coffee. Yeah. And spelling Colombia with a U, it's 2 O's, never a U. 2 O's, never U. Shout out to my man Will once again for gifting the membership earlier. Theo says this. He said, I'll be safe in Cali. No drugs, No pay for play, no McDonald's, no salsa. Yeah, we're gonna get you with the salsa, bro. He said, just IT cloud engineer and doing our homework after the gym. I like how you slid that in there. For all you guys that are in Theo's class, make sure you do your homework even when you come to Colombia, and make sure you take care of your health, guys, like Theo is doing. Dizzle says, first time viewer, really enjoying your show and love and the live chat. He said, keep up the great work, bro. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you being here. I really do. Really do, man. I really appreciate your comments in the comment section, man. See, all we ask is just for positive men to come through, just us positive men, because that's most of us that's traveling. That's the one thing I can say that we don't get credit for. Most of us men that travel are really some good dudes. It's just a few bad apples, but most of us, no matter what race, color, creed, we some good people. We some good people. We're not troublemakers no matter where we go around the world. Shout out to you being here once again, Dizzle. Dizzle in the building. He said, my bad on travel. Yeah, Colombia's got 2 O's. 2 O's. Yeah, and they get offended. They get real offended. Call me. If they find, man, they get offended if you put a U. And I don't blame them, you know. We're gonna do the cops outro tonight, the police officers tonight. Yeah, Victory's been having a great time since he's been here. Yeah. We had a good time in church, Vic. That was fun, man. Andrea loved having you along with us. Let's head back to the video. But the last part of the video that we just looked at, they were talking about Americans or foreigners in general looking for drugs.
Drogas y por la accesibilidad a las mujeres.
Turismo sexual.
Eso.
¿Y cómo te sientes cuando extranjeros vienen a tu ciudad para hacer cosas así?
La verdad, yo soy una persona que a mí no me afecta en nada de eso. Eso es cosa de cada quien.
La mayoría son los gringos que les gusta pues esa vuelta de que las chicas y el cocaine. Esos son los que más mueven ese sistema aquí.
¿Cómo te sientes cuando los gringos te preguntan sobre chicas y cocaine?
Pues eso ¿qué te digo? Se siente uno mal, porque uno dice que tenemos muy mala fama entonces de...
Yeah, before he continues on, it's been 30 years. 1994. It's been about 30 years. I think that's 30 years. No, 40 years since Pablo and the drug cartels that were out there. Not saying that they don't still exist, but like it was in the 90s, that doesn't exist. Colombians, I swear, bro, if you're down here, you can, and you talk to Colombians, they have been fighting tooth and nail to get over the stigmatism that was created in the 90s. They really thought they were making headway with tourism. They really did. They were so proud that people were coming down to Colombia, discovering Colombia, and it wasn't just the drug stigma. It was grandmas coming down and families coming down to visit Colombia. And then pay for play once they made it, legal in certain aspects, start rearing its ugly head in the sense of not because of the pay for play, but because dudes was coming down getting drugged because of negative pay for play, not the positive ladies, but the negative ladies. So now Colombia is once again fighting a stereotype that people come down to think that a lot of men think that every Colombiana is pay for play. Just like they thought for years, all of Colombia were drug dealers. Even when I go back to the States, my friends be like, oh, you live in Colombia? And I know they joking, but that stigma still lives there. And I have to explain to them, bro, that's not Colombia. What the hell are you talking about? And I looked it up. I understand. Only 8 countries in the world produce the cocaine plant or the coca plant. Only 8 countries in the world produce that coca plant. But as we looked up just a few moments ago, the number 1 country in the world when it comes to doing drugs as of 2024, United States. Number 1 dope fiends in the world. 11 million, almost 11 million. That's what the dark number is. Look at Colombia right here. How many dope fiends they got? They in a light less than 1 million. Brazil's kind of like in the 3 million color right here. Parts of Russia and Mongolia and all that, they're right here in the 3 million. But the number 1 dope fiends in the world, top 10 countries that use the most illicit drugs as of 2024, United States, Estonia. We got Canada number 5. Mongolia is number 4. Belarus, number 3. Greenland, number 6. Russia, number 7. Number 8 is Kyrgyzstan. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan. We got the EAU coming up at number 9, most dope fiends. In Denmark, countries that use the most drugs in the world. The most drugs in the world. Then after that, you've got Australia, El Salvador, Ireland, Finland, UK, Guatemala, Iceland, and we can continue on. Ukraine is in there, Switzerland. But notice what country you don't see. When it comes to using drugs, what country are you not seeing yet? And we're just writing down this list. What country you don't see yet? We haven't seen on this list yet. We're scrolling and we have yet to see this country as far as dope fiends. Even Bahamas, Taiwan, the Netherlands, Puerto Rico, Cyprus. Come on, China. What country we haven't? The small island of Dominica, the small island of Cuba, Vietnam, Israel, God's land. What country? Ecuador. What country have you yet to see when it comes to being dope fiends? Colombia. Absolutely correct, gentlemen. So when y'all come to Colombia and you asking Colombians, where's the dope? Where's the sticky icky? Just like the old man said, my man said, how do you feel when foreigners come and ask you about prostitution and drugs? How do you? He said, I feel bad. I feel bad because my country is more than that. And they've been fighting that stigma, man, for the last 40 years, bro. I'm telling you how Colombians feel about drugs, man. They don't even do drugs. You got to go to Bogota to see a lot of people smoking, like cigarettes. Bogota, maybe Medellin, but Bogota, they smoke cigarettes there like crazy, but rest of Colombia, you don't see cigarette smokers like that. Colombia is, like I mentioned, there's only 8 countries in the world that produce the coca leaf. In South America, it's Colombia, Bolivia, Peru. But when it comes to being a dope fiend, Colombia's not on that list. They're not on that list. So when y'all come down here and ask Colombians about drugs, y'all need to stop that because that's not their world. Most Colombians are not part of the production that happens in the jungles In other words, they have nothing to do with that. Nobody's producing it in the house down the street except for in the hood. And most of the women that you're supposed to be dealing with ain't supposed to be in the hood anyway. I'll say it again. Most of us ain't even supposed to be dealing with women in the hood to have a person that makes drugs down the street from her house. We ain't supposed to be dealing with those type of women anyway. So once again, I understand why the old man feels bad.
Sight of foreigners in cafes.
I hit the wrong one. Here we go.
Donde un ventero ambulante, como pueden ver, a preguntarle por chicas y con qué, y se siente uno mal. No es del agrado de uno porque le pregunten por eso.
Los que están subiendo los precios son quién?
Por ejemplo, más tiendas, discotecas, bares, arriendos, hoteles, o gente que le puede vender como el producto final a los dos tipos de clientes, tanto extranjeros como locales. En el precio que siempre han cobrado, ven extranjeros que pueden pagar mucho más por esto, suben los precios porque saben que ellos pueden, pues tienen más poder adquisitivo para comprarles caro.
Pero los dueños, los vendedores son colombianos, ¿sí o no?
La mayoría.
Sí.
Pues o lo que yo sé, la mayoría. Sí. También pueden haber pues inversionistas y gente extranjera que tenga sus locales o sus hoteles o sus cosas que también saben los extranjeros a qué precio están dispuestos a pagar.
I really think that it's really positive for the city. I think that it brings a lot of tourism to the city, and also it brings a lot of different culture. For example, the exchange of cultures here in the city. So I think it's wonderful. I really like it. And also I study international business. So I think it's great for what I study and for making business with different people. So it's great.
Have you met many foreigners in your city?
Yeah, for my job, I work in a visa like business, so I have met a lot of foreigners here. Yeah.
And can you just give us one example of maybe a positive impact that a foreigner has had on you and your life or your way of thinking or anything like that?
Actually, my boss right now is a foreigner, so it's like quite a positive impact on my life. He's the one that's giving me job right now. So I think that as him, there will be a lot of foreigners that will create different jobs opportunities here in the city. So I think it will be great for all people.
Son bienvenidos acá en Medellín, que somos muy amables, muy cordiales con las personas, con los extranjeros, con todos.
¿Tú sabes alguien que no le gusta extranjeros? Algunos colombianos.
En ciudades como Bogotá.
¿Sí?
En Bogotá de pronto es pesado el extranjero, pero
¿Por qué?
Bogotanos son como un poco más apáticos, no son tan cordiales.
Okay. Ellos no le gustan cuando extranjeros llegaron a tu país.
No solo extranjeros, también son regionalistas.
Oh, okay.
Pero para nosotros, aquí en estos momentos.
Pause for a second. He's right about Bogota. Bogota is a really beautiful city. It dwarfs Chicago. It's huge. But when he says that the people in Bogota can be kind of like cold personalities, like everything is kind of like work. Kind of, it reminds you of the States. It really does. It's like the Spanish version of the States. Excuse me, gentlemen. But when it comes to they're not as friendly as the other parts of Colombia, because I guess because it's political capital, is a college-centered city. It is not saying that they're not friendly, not saying that they're not nice in Bogota, but when you compare Bogota people to Medellin or to Cali or to Cartagena or to the coffee region, when it comes to the niceness factor, yeah, Bogota can be kind of cold-hearted people. But it's just listen. Plus, it's always cold there, so ain't nobody trying to be friendly with you in that cold weather. Shout out to my man Big Pitt said this. He said, ever notice how folks with the harshest opinion haven't even traveled? This is true, Big Pitt. I don't get it, but people always got something to say about travelers, males or females, but they don't go anywhere themselves. IQS with the $20, he says, throw in the cowgirls for me too, please. Yes, sir. So we're gonna do the police tonight, and we're gonna do the cowgirls. We might just go ahead and just do the whole triad. We might do the whole triad tonight again. We've been on this live stream for 2 hours. We're gonna end it right about now anyway. I didn't want it to be too long. And we're gonna let a few more minutes go by. We're gonna listen to what else they have to say. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. It's only a few minutes left anyway.
El turismo es lo que nos mueve la ciudad y ojalá pues vinieran turistas a cada momento, que es lo que quisiéramos, que vinieran extranjeros aquí a Colombia, porque vienen mucho a invertir, a crear empresas, a que se mueva pues la economía. Todo no es malo, todo es bueno. En estos momentos nosotros le tenemos que agradecer mucho pues al turista, que el turista, nosotros no vemos la hora que venga una feria de flores en diciembre para que le llene esto de turistas. Nosotros nos agrada el turismo siempre y cuando vengan los turistas con buenas intenciones.
Foreigners come here and they invest in the city and they hire locals who otherwise maybe don't have a job, you know. And especially good for people like you who want to learn English, improve your English, see more of the world. It's a very, very positive thing, don't you think?
Exactly, for sure.
Extranjeros son bienvenidos a Medellin.
Claro, oiga, ojalá venían por montones, pero con buenas intenciones.
That was the end of that video. And shout out to all you guys, all 120 people that were here. Make sure you click that like button as we go to these outros. You guys enjoy your Sunday. This Tuesday, I have an interview with, usually this is probably my first Tuesday night video, but I've got an interview with the young man that was the plumber that lost his job for being on the Balloon Pop dating show. So shout out to you guys that are here. And so we're going to have some fun and with these outros. So be ready for the 3 outros that we have back to back. We're going to start with the let's start with the Colombian. We'll do the cowgirls first. I'm gonna bring this beat back. But the one thing that I can say that I love is this not the average Colombiana in at least in Cali. It's the average looking Colombianas in Cali, Colombia. And if I'm not mistaken, this location is in the countryside of the state of Bello. This is our state. Our state is spelled VALLE. It looks like it's spelled valley, but it's actually Bello or Bella. And in the countrysides, that's what the women look like. That's in this state that we live in. So let's bring that beat back.
big dance. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing. Dark shades on when I'm off the Migos. He tryna cuff me like a in a Rico. Moving through the like GTA with a cheat code. He claimed that he love me, but before not a freak. I just wanna dance all night. Can't nobody do it just like I. Boy, you got just what I like. Come on, baby, let's kiss, don't fight. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like. Ooh, damn, so the DJ turn the beat up. Got a white boy who be singing like a Beatle. Claim she getting bread, but I heard she doing keto. I don't do drugs, I'ma smoke a little weed up. I can't chase a man for no paper. I just think it's sweet, I'ma show him now or later. I be getting money on the wake up. He a broke boy, tell that get his cake up. Only with dope boys, they the ones who spinning paper, get your weight up. Total send an Addy and a stay up. She's out here mad, told him assalamu alaikum. Who that 5'5", she don't even need no makeup. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like. Big dance. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing. Dark shades on when I'm off the Migos. He tryna cuff me like a in a Rico. Moving through the like GTA with a cheat code. He claimed that he love me, but before not a freak. I just wanna dance all night. Can't nobody do it just like I. Boy, you got just what I like. Come on, baby, let's kiss, don't fight. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like. Ooh, damn, so the DJ turn the beat up. Got a white boy who be singing like a Beatle. Claim she getting bread, but I heard she doing keto. I don't do drugs, I'ma smoke a little weed up. I can't chase a man for no paper. I just think it's sweet, I'ma show him now or later. I be getting money on the wake up. He a broke boy, tell that get his cake up. Only with dope boys, they the ones who spinning paper, get your weight up. Total send an Addy and a stay up. She's out here mad, told him assalamu alaikum. Who that 5'5", she don't even need no makeup. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like.